I'm Erwin Carlos Clason, and I will discuss how to use an array. So what is an array? In Java, an array is a container object that holds a fixed number of values of a single type. Arrays are used to store multiple values in a single variable, instead of declaring separate variables for each value. So we use the data type string because the value is a word, and G for the variable. So here we use the for loop. We use for loop here, and inside this for loop, in I, we use the variable I, equals to 0. 0 because each array holds a special spot. If we're gonna read, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why it starts with 0. So here, I is less than G, which is the variable, that length. The length is the number of the value, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the length reach to the fifth value, it will stop. So here, the I increment, we use this so that after each loop, it will increase by 1. So here, G, open close parenthesis, the variable, so that it can read the values, and brackets the variable I, which is the 0. So if we print this, if we run this, it will show all the value. And then here, if we specify it, for example, we chose 0, it will only print the number 0 of the array. If we print 1, it prints the number 1. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian Malakaynayan and I'll be discussing a topic which is multidimensional array or 2D array. First and foremost, what is multidimensional array? A multidimensional array is an array of an array. So meaning, it is a container inside of another container. So the most common type of 2D array, which is like table with rows and columns. Instead of one rows in an array only, this is a more complicated one. You have to add layers like a 2D. So think of it as multiple rows are stacked to each other. For example, this 3 rows and 2 columns here. 3 rows and 2 columns. Rather than the normal array, it only comes in columns. So how does it look like? This, as you can see, you have a variable, then a 2 bracket, which is the 2 index you can select, then the name, or you can name your variable. Then let's copy this. Alright, so how to get an item for the 2D array? As I said, you need to have a 2 index or these two to get the type of things you get. For example, this, the 1 and 1, then it will 4. So why 4? 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2, 1. As you can see, let's try 2 and 1. So it will be input 6. Okay, the next one is if you want to get all of the values, then to shortcut it, we need to use an nested for loop. So nested for loop is a loop inside a loop. So let's try it. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It give all the value. So what those are for nested for loop is basically loop inside a loop. So in here you have a table I for the row and table J for the column. So if you combine this, you can get the column and the row. So that's it for the 2D array. Thank you.